Hi everyone, today PhoneArena is taking a look at the Lenovo IdeaTab S2110 tablet, currently available for $429. The new IdeaTab is pretty much a mid-range tablet. Comes with a 10.1-inch display. Resolution is 1280 by 800 pixels, WXVA. It's pretty decent most of the time. But when you look at the display up close, it does look a little bit pixelated and jagged on a small text. So we would have preferred a little bit higher resolution display, but not really that bad considering the $429 price point of the device. Comes running Android 4.0.3 ice cream sandwich on there. Really no word yet on if it's going to get a Jelly Bean update. Processor is the Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 1.5 gigahertz dual core. So again, processor wise, geared more towards mid-range tablet, not quad core for higher end tablets. As far as the design of the tablet, it's like we said, 10.1-inch display. So tablet size, it's not huge, but of course it's going to be larger than a 7-inch screen tablet. Up on top here, you have a camera for Skype or self pictures. Down here on the bottom is the micro USB port for charging. On the left side of the tablet, have a micro HDMI connector here, so you can do mirrored imaging with HD TV. Also a 3.5 millimeter headset jack. Up on top is the power lock key, and on the right side is the volume rocker. On the rear of the device is the camera and LED flash. Overall, like we said, size of the device isn't that bad considering the 10.1-inch display, though it is a little bit hefty, coming in just a little over a pound. One of the main features and accessories of the Lenovo IdeaTab is this optional keyboard dock. Runs about $80, a suggested retail price. Features a nice 6-row QWERTY keyboard on here. Works pretty well for doing a lot of typing. Also has a trackpad down here on the bottom, so it pretty much turns the IdeaTab more or less into a netbook type of device, since it's a lot easier to type on with the actual physical keyboard than having to use the on-screen keyboard. Like we said, there's a trackpad down here on the bottom. There's also a full-size SD card slot. Now keep in mind the tablet itself does not come with a micro SD memory card slot, so having this full-size SD card slot on the keyboard dock is a nice addition. Also, the keyboard dock has a second internal battery, so it's going to give you double the battery life, about a full day on here with mixed usage. On the left side here of the dock is two full-sized USB ports. Now, unfortunately, the documentation doesn't really specify what can be connected to it, so it's still unclear what can be used on that. Also, the micro USB port here, which can be used to charge the internal battery on the keyboard dock or the tablet itself. Over here on the right side, there isn't anything, but with it completely closed, you can see it definitely adds some extra thickness and weight. Altogether, with both the tablet and the keyboard dock, it's going to be right around 3 pounds. So at that point, it is starting to feel a little bit on the heavy side, but it's a nice feature. Like we said, it only runs about $80, and the typing experience is pretty good. The keys are pretty well laid out, full size on here. Instead of having your F function keys across the top, have some dedicated keys, such as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, web browser, and some over here for volume and play, rewind, and fast forward. So pretty decent design here as far as the keyboard is concerned and how it connects. Take the tablet off, pretty simple. just press the release button and the tablet pops completely off of the keyboard dock. Like we mentioned, the Lenovo IdeaTab S2110A comes running Android 4.0.3 Ice Cream Sandwich. Also has a little bit of a customizable skin on top of it. These different desktop widgets open up depending on what's in them, such as social. There's one here for games, media, business apps, and tools. So a little bit of a different interface widget here on the device, but has that 3D cube-like effect on there. Also, when going into the apps drawer here, same similar type of a 3D effect when going through the apps and the widgets list. Of course, one of the advantages of having a 10.1-inch display is the pretty good web viewing experience you're going to have here. Have a Chrome loaded up on the PhoneArena.com website. As you can see, scrolling is pretty smooth, as well as pinch to zoom also works pretty good on there as well. Like we mentioned earlier, only negative thing is really the resolution. Small text is going to be a little bit pixelated and jagged, that if you're at least 8-10 inches away from the screen, it's really not going to be that noticeable. As far as data connectivity is concerned, the IdeaTab comes with Wi-Fi 802.11 B, G, and N. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't really support 3G unless you put in a specialized 3G data card. We've contacted Lenovo about this, and currently isn't available, but they do expect to have it out. Really no word yet on pricing, but as for now, really limited to just Wi-Fi connections, unless you get that specialized 3G EVDO card to plug into the device. But as of now, there is no plans for the device to run on any type of a 4G LTE connection, which unfortunately really limits it. But like we said, if you don't mind a tablet that just for Wi-Fi usage, does pretty good with the overall web and data connectivity experience. So overall, the Lenovo IdeaTab S2110A is a pretty decent mid-range tablet considering the $429 price point. Like we mentioned, the main advantage of the tablet is having the $80 keyboard dock. Does really well here. Keys are laid out really nice. You can either buy it separate or combined together for right around $500 total. But overall, the tablet on its own is pretty decent for mid-range device. The 10.1-inch display, also the dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor at 1.5 gigahertz does a pretty good. Device is nice and snappy. The only downside really with the device is it doesn't really have any data connectivity other than Wi-Fi. So if you're used to just using a Wi-Fi tablet, does pretty good, but if you need that 3G or 4G connection, it's not really going to suit your needs, so you might want to look elsewhere. So for more information about the new Lenovo IdeaTab, be sure to check out our website at PhoneArena.com.